Hello and welcome. Today I want to ask and answer a pretty simple question, which is, why am I still playing Genshin Impact? The short answer is because I'm still having fun, but the long answer is a little bit more complicated and pretty interesting, so I kind of want to dig into it. When I first started playing Genshin Impact, the game for me was all about exploration, right? My first team was Diluc, who I got as my first 5-star, along with Beidou, Xingqiu, and Barbara. That was my first team. Some of those characters I don't use as much as I probably should, but we'll get into that in a little bit too, because I know that every character can be good depending on how you build them. The game was just exploration, right? It was finding chests, solving puzzles, doing cool stuff in the open world, finding cool stuff, and that was good. The story wasn't amazing. The gameplay was fine. I hadn't really dug into it yet and started getting into all the stuff that you can do with the gameplay. But I was having fun just exploring the world and going around doing stuff, you know? When I got past Mondstadt, when I got past the prologue, as it were, and started getting into Liyue, that's when things changed a little bit for me. I started getting more characters because of the guaranteed pity, because I was pulling on both the character and the event banner. I got Kuching, who is my favorite character in this game, and I got Child, Tartaglia. And then my team became Kuching, Tartaglia, Barbara, and Diluc. And I used that team for a long time. And then Zhongli came out, and I got Zhongli, and I added him to my team, and he became my new go-to character to use. And it just, the game continued to change as I got more characters, right? But it wasn't just the characters. Liyue also opened up a lot of options when it comes to story for me. I really enjoyed the Liyue story. I really liked the story of Rex Lapis and everything happening there. And as I got a much bigger area to explore in Liyue, I wound up really enjoying just moving around this world and getting into combat situations with various enemies. Then, of course, Dragonspine came. The big change for me, though, was as I got higher in adventure rank. I'm adventure rank 55 now. I'm on world level 7, I think? Like, world level 8, sorry. It really changed a lot about the way that I play because you get so many more drops. Now I'm building a lot more characters. And so instead of just using one team, now every day I play with different teams. I switch it up, you know? And I eventually want to have everybody built up where I can do that. Because combat's way more fun now when I have all these different teams to play around with. Granted, I still use Zhongli most of the time because his shield is incredible. But now, because of this, I'm able to dig into the combat a little bit more. And I'm able to play around with that some more and have different options there. And it's weird because I thought when the exploration stopped, when I got past the exploration, that I would no longer be playing this game, basically. That it would be, okay, time to put it down and wait until Inazuma, or wait until the next big update that has a new area we can go to, and then I'll come back and play some more. But I really enjoy the combat. There's also something very satisfying for me about numbers go up, of making these characters great. And again, because I'm building so many characters, none of them are as good as they could be, right? Not a single one of them. I've gotten pretty lucky with some pulls and gotten some good options, but my Mona is kind of trash. She's not great. I need to put more time into her. My Chi-Chi has a level 2 weapon, or level 1 weapon. Yeah, level 2 weapon. I've got to put more time into her. But as I'm slowly working through all of them and getting them built up, slowly building up their artifacts and getting them a pretty good set each, I'm able to use them all to an adequate level, even if they're not as good as, say, my Kuching, for instance. And to me, that's really fun. Being able to just mix and match my teams every day, hopping on, getting my grinding done, doing my resin, and then, you know, trying to build up as best I can with my limited resources, and then putting the game down and going to play something else. And honestly, for me, that's all I really need this game to be. There absolutely could be more things that could be added that I think would maybe benefit the game more. More resin would be great. I would like to be able to do artifact runs all the time to be able to help build up all these characters. But at the same time, there is something really simple about log in, do your stuff, log out, you know, that I think is pretty fun still. I think I grabbed these yesterday. I often forget what I've grabbed. My memory is not incredible in a lot of ways when it comes to stuff like this. I need to make a checklist. Yeah, I grabbed all this stuff yesterday. But yeah, for me, it's just, I like the combat a whole lot now. And I like being able to play around with it and do different things than I could otherwise. I like the grind. And I know that a lot of people don't, and that's absolutely fair. If you just want to wait for the big updates and then come back for those, that's absolutely fair. I play this game a lot like an MMO of I do my dailies and then I stop for a little bit, you know? And I may log back in later and use some of that resin once it's built up again. And then I'm done for a little while again, you know? We'll just kill those routine. Oh, come on. There we go. To me, there's a lot of fun in that, though, of I'm going to log in, I'm going to get the stuff done that I need to get done, and then I'm going to go do something else. And what I normally use Genshin for is a break in my workday. I don't make a lot of Genshin Impact videos, so I don't really consider Genshin Impact work, even though I wish that I made more, because then maybe I could write some stuff. Oh, that's all I'm saying. But I use it as a break for my work days of, okay, you know, I'm gonna do my Genshin stuff. I'm gonna go get all my stuff and do my dailies, and then I'm gonna go back to work and get back to recording or editing or playing things for review or watching things for review or reading things for review. You know, it's a really nice diversion that I have a ton of fun playing now, and I didn't really enjoy playing it that much in the early days. And it's what makes it so interesting to me is that over the course of just 6 months, this game has drastically changed for what I enjoy, to the point of when the new stuff comes out, I think I'm probably going to enjoy it even more, because then I'll have my new joy in the combat along with the enjoyment of exploration and puzzles and things like that. And so, yeah, people ask me sometimes, this is why I wanted to make this video, why are you still playing Genshin Impact? What about Genshin Impact? Is it because it's a gacha? You know, what is it that has you still playing? And honestly, it's the combat and it's the grind, and I just really enjoy it. And I know that's not the most exciting answer, but I think it's really fun. There's a lot of stuff to do. Events constantly come out, but you do eventually hit a point where everything's resin gated, right? Or time gated. I really want to build up my gene to the last ascension rank, but I'm waiting on dandelions because I didn't gather enough beforehand. Venti, I need more animo crystals, fragments. And we're gonna go kill the animo slime in a minute, the animo cube, and we're gonna do it with 2 animo characters in our party because why not? Why not? The stamina buff that they give to Hu Tao is really nice. And again, it's like I can play around with that now because I have these characters sufficiently built. They're not perfect. They're not to the level that they need to be to one-shot bosses or anything like that. If I'm going to go fight Child or I'm going to fight Boreas, I'm not going to bring these characters, right? Well, I might actually. I might bring Chao. Not to Boreas, though. That'd be stupid. But I can run them around and do boss fights with them. I can just play with other characters, which is really cool. And I wish, it's my biggest complaint, and it's the last big thing I want to talk about in this video. I wish it was easier to level characters, because I would have been able to do this so much sooner if I could have all of these characters leveled up right now. It would be so much more fun to just be able to go, today I feel like using Bennett and Xingqiu and Chongyuan and Fischl. Why not, right? And you say, well, other people have them built up. Why don't you, Trey? It's because I got a lot of characters I got to build up, man. Resources are scarce. That's the grind. But at the same time, I can do a little bit each day and chip away at it and eventually have it all done. And to me, there's fun in that. I like being able to slowly build up to it because it gives me this sense of satisfaction when I do it, you know? All right, I focused on numbers for a second there and stopped talking. It's way more fun to me to be able to switch up characters and play around with people than it is to just use the same characters over and over again. And I really like that late game Genshin Impact lets me do that, you know? I could use Zhao here and get some nice crits, even though his wind abilities, his animo abilities wouldn't do any damage. I could use Jean and get some healing, which we're gonna do here. Why not? Which is really cool, you know? Or I could use Hu Tao and just destroy it, but now I've messed up my timing on that window because I wanted to show off. Yeah, I think there's a lot of fun still to be had in this game, even at AR 55 up. I think that the idea of, well, now there's nothing left in the open world to do. Well, no, there's still stuff to do in the open world. There's still random quests that pop up. I still need to gather a bunch of materials, and every once in a while, I still find a chest or a puzzle that I never did, you know? There's still a lot to do in this game, even if it's just getting into the combat and leveling characters. And I'm excited to get the rest of them built up. I really want to play around with some of the more support-geared 4-stars that I haven't really given any time to. I think that building up like a Bennett would be super cool, or a Xingqiu, since I used to use Xingqiu and know how good he is. I just kind of got caught up in the characters that I already had and focused on them, you know? And then now, of course, when the new shiny character comes out and you want them, then you want to build them up as well. I'm excited to finally get to play around with Venti. I finally pulled Venti yesterday. So, like, I think this game has a lot more to offer than just exploration and puzzles, which is what I see some people say. And when people ask me, why are you still playing? That's one of the big arguments that they make is, well, what are you still doing once you've got all the exploration done? Well, I'm having fun. That's what I'm doing. I'm having a good time. All this said, though, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And until next time, I've been Trey. This has been The Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that Genshin Impact has to offer.